Hi everybody, this is Dennis from the Dennis and Andy Show. I'm going to do my full review of X-Men #1. I've got the variant cover here. Kind of excited, you all know I'm a big X-Men fan, so I was kind of wanting to see where this is going. Gerry Duggan is writing it, Pepe Larraz is the art, and you're going to see that the art in this is just absolutely phenomenal. So the story starts off and it's talking about the first new character, and it's talking about that he, at the age of 13, was kind of like this prodigy. He's like an ancestor of Nikola Tesla. He was so smart and so good, and at the age of 15, he had his own IPO, and he went and he did fantastic with it. Only to find out that the parents didn't really think he was going to amount to much, sold short on the stock, and yeah, needless to say, they basically took his money. Things didn't go so well. You fast forward 5 years later, and the man came roaring back. He created his own company called Phaelong, which became his second IPO. And he promised a planet-sized innovations in biology and chemistry. His sole focus was he wanted to be the first one to go to Mars and terraform it. He was successful at terraforming like deserts and stuff on Earth. So much so that he actually went and changed his own body through research trying to be able to adapt to Mars. And of course, in one fell swoop, what happens? The X-Men wound up colonizing, and Krakoa is now, is now the base on Mars. And in literally overnight, they terraformed it and took it. So he's very upset, and obviously they've just introduced their first villain. Because, of course, he's upset with them for taking away his thunder. Now, in here it says a few days ago on 86th Street near Central Park, so real estate changed hands a little bit, and basically the mutants wound up buying a piece of the property, and they instantly grew what's going to be known as the Treehouse, which is going to be their new base of operations, in New York. It's kind of an interesting looking design. I don't know. We'll see where they go with it. I did like this. Excuse me, Cyclops. Oh, you're Ben Urich. He's the writer, and he goes, well, he's basically the co-owner of the Daily Bugle now. And they're kind of just sucking up to each other and, going, oh, doesn't everybody want to be in live in a tree house? I mean, wouldn't you want to? He goes, yeah, no, I like it. I really do, sincerely. So they're having a conversation, and it's very cordial. And it's kind of reminds me of Columbo. He kind of, has that Columbo look to it. Okay, well, nice to see you, Cyclops. Oh, Cyclops, but one more thing. Typical Columbo. Just one more thing. Jumbo, he's supposed to be dead and he's walking around. That's not possible. He goes, and I know he was very dead because I'm the one who actually visited the coroner. And, well, good night, Mr. Urich. It's been a pleasure. So he didn't answer it, but, again, like Columbo, he's asking the tough questions right when he's trying to leave. He gets back. Cyclops goes back in. Jean Grey's, I was eavesdropping on it. Is he going to be a problem? I hope not, because he's very, very talented. We hook up with, we get to see Synch, who's one of the new members of the team. He's working with Forge, and he's kind of learning through his abilities, a lot of like what Forge does. Forge actually gives him a compliment, basically said he could become a better Forge than I actually am. And in comes Polaris. She's joined the team. Remember, they all took a vote on all the new members. All the mutants did, and this is the new team. So this is the first time they're coming together. She's not really up on why the team's doing this, why they're in a treehouse, And Cyclops gives her the tour, and she's like, "Oh, okay. You know what? This is pretty cool. Say hi to Synch." And this gives it the explanation of the treehouse. So all of a sudden, Jean's like, "Hey, I'm picking up a lot of disturbances going outside. They're seeing this fireball in the sky. Rogue, since you're out there, go kind of intercept it and see what's going on." And she does, and she sees it. She goes, "Oh, I'll be able to handle this." And, because it was originally going towards the water. Now it looks like it's going to go towards the city. So she kind of hits it, and it comes out. And, oh, wow, that winds up being a lot bigger. She's like, "Oh, it's much bigger in person." "Jean, are you seeing this?" Yes. "Don't provoke it, Rogue." And boom, it knocks her. You can see it go 1, 2, 3. 3 buildings at least that she went plowing through. And then she's fine. Here's the new team. So we can see Synch, Jean Grey, X-23, Sunfire, Polaris, and Cyclops. It's this huge monster. It's really kind of cool. Kind of harkens back to maybe something like, the old War of the Worlds, which was really cool. Polaris is like, "Don't worry, it's metallic. I've got this." But if it is metal, it's a metal I can't control. Rogue winds up saving her. All of a sudden, the creature sends out this huge, psionic blast, and Polaris very quickly takes a lot of the scrap metal and stuff and basically puts them in a cocoon to block them. They think it was a microwave burst. Sunfire's, thinking he can kind of detect that. She goes, "But I'm having a hard time." Jean's like, "I'm having a hard time protecting all the people." They have a small amount of time, so Jean links everybody up with Synch. He says, "Well, this is what I think we need to do." He's using a lot of Forge's ability and stuff like that. And it's pretty cool. You can see him bringing everything together. We need all this metal. He's giving everybody what we need to do. Sunfire, we got to light this up. All of a sudden, whatever's created, you see an X form. The creature's like, wonder what that is. And, well, look at that. It's a mech of some sort. So, needless to say, it's interesting. You can see we're linking everybody up with it right now. It starts battling them. So this is kind of like, I guess you could think of it like that's a kaiju, or maybe from Power Rangers, how you have the monsters and then you've got the mechs or the Voltron, whatever large mechs that you guys want to kind of throw at it. It's pretty cool. I don't know if I necessarily love the design of it, but the artwork of this stuff is just really, really cool. You can see she goes, "Oh, my arm got ripped off." Cyclops is able to use his optical blast through it. "Move me in closer." They wind up punching it. And says, "Neither does the murderous foe. The heroes of Krakoa take the full brunt of the metal barrage, but death will not be with them today." He goes, "We made a hole. Kick me over there." So because there's a hole, she goes, "The door's open." It's kind of like their version of a fastball special. They throw it in there. She goes in the internals of it and starts slicing it. "Another good plan, Wolverine. Thanks to you, it's no longer broadcasting death." Then we hear Captain America and the Avengers are 30 seconds out. We get the Fantastic Four saying that they're almost there. And Jean's like, "Thanks, friends, but I think we got this covered." The monster comes crashing down. Wolverine's like, "I need a shower." And, nice job, X-Men. So this is the Avengers. I'd stay for the high fives and whatnot. But I got a brisket, another one, we missed you guys. Thanks, everybody. Oh, hey, Fantastic Four. Nice to speak with you, Benjamin. This actually makes no sense to me at all. Seriously, and I'm looking at Jerry on this one. We literally know from the end of the Hellfire Gala, in the planet-size X-Men, Captain America is not on very good terms. He knows, he goes, you guys started something you probably shouldn't have with your colonizing it. We think Krakoa is a threat. You've literally got 1 million or so mutants, which is an army on another planet that could come through the gates. They're not happy with the X-Men. They think Krakoa and Arakko are a threat to the world, and they've been seeing us this way. So this dialogue makes no sense. We all know what happened with Reed Richards, that with Professor X, kind of erasing some of his memory. They don't want him to be able to help, his son anymore. Reed Richards basically whispered to him in one of the earlier issues, there's no love lost between them. They want nothing to do with the X-Men unless it's like this world thing. So this dialogue is totally out of character for everything that we've just read over the last year and a half. So again, doesn't make a lot of sense to me. They wind up turning the robot that they created, the giant Mechazoid, the Voltron type creature, into a lighthouse. They kind of needed one. Again, the art is really cool in this. And this is where it jumps now when we get to a new place out in space called Game World. And so here's Game World, and we get introduced, and you actually see, they're taking bets, and there's a small representation of the creature that they just launched on it, and they call it a Mind Reaver. And he goes, they had placed their bets, and the Mind Reaver lost, so you guys lost. So apparently they put a bet on it. They actually sent this creature to it. And anyway, they're like, bets, here's what's going on. Everybody meet your host, Cordyceps Jones. So you see this corpse up there, and you see this creature come out, and he's like, thank you much to wager on, but I know the most popular game in the tournament will be the Sol System. Earth has finally ruptured like a tumor, and now it's got to go. Let's take out the Earthlings before they ruin a planet that we all care about. The contest is simple. Basically, beat the Earthlings, basically wipe them off the planet, but leave the planet Earth intact. There's no sense in wasting a perfectly good habitable planet. So, it's a perfect neighborhood if it weren't for the Earthlings. So they're basically going through, and it talks about from the desk of Ben Urich, talks about the treehouse. If a treehouse isn't threatening, but he's, trying to understand about, these resurrections. And then we get introduced to a third villain. And you can see there's some experimentation going on. This winds up being in New Jersey. And, these creatures, you can see they're trying to clone and create, a betterment of humankind. And, they're trying to find out with these, can we basically make a better human? They were trying to be able to resurrect people. And now you can see that they also have the information that he knows that mutants, his name's Dr. Stasis, he knows mutants have been, resurrected, and he's upset because that's what he was working on. So again, the first and third villain in this kind of feel like the same one, but they're actually different. I don't know where they're going to take this and where they're going to head with it. This was kind of all over the place. I didn't think it was a great issue. I think in storytelling, it left me kind of wanting. The art was absolutely fantastic. I mean, part of the reason we buy comic books is for the art. I think the art in this was great. Everything that they did in here. I mean, I love this art. I mean, I think this is just fantastic. So on that, aspect, I'm thinking this was just great. we're going to see where Gerry's taking it, because he's taken over the reins from Jonathan Hickman, and we'll see where they go. I don't know about the whole treehouse thing. The mech thing was kind of neat. I mean, we just saw it in the Avengers Mech Strike book. You know, they're trying to introduce some mechs type stuff in here, which can be kind of cool. The villains, I don't know why he went with 3 distinct villains, unless he's going to bring them all together at some point. I just thought he would have been better off just focusing on one villain at a time and introducing it, you know, within the team. Again, the treehouse, not my favorite. We'll see where they go with it. If you're enjoying the X-Men Gala stuff, which I thought it was all right, it definitely hasn't been my favorite X-Men stuff. If you really liked it, and I know some of you did, I think you'll probably enjoy the storyline where they're going. I think that they're just trying to do too much, and they're not doing good storytelling. I think it's all right. Again, the art, I'm going to give this book a CGC score of a 6.0, mainly because the art's so darn good that I will just love flipping through the book. And I hope that the stories go somewhere with it. You know, again, I'm not overly thrilled with what they've done so far. I didn't hate it by any stretch of the imagination. You know, Sunfire was mischaracterized. He was very helpful. You know, that isn't the Sunfire that we all know and hate to love, or love to hate, depending on how you look at it. You know, again, just like they mischaracterized the whole thing with Steve Rogers and the Fantastic Four. Hopefully they'll work out, because I'll call those bugs right now. But we'll see where they take it. Anyway, a 6.0. Beautiful book. We'll see where it goes. If you guys agree with me or disagree, you know, make sure you leave comments below. I love to hear it. We don't always agree on books. Hit the like and subscribe button, and let's just go from there. I'm kind of curious to see where they're going to take my X team. Anyway, I hope you all enjoy it. We'll talk to you later. Bye.